New York Rangers fans, meet your new head coach. His name is Gerard Gallant. Now, if you recall that name, he was the first ever head coach of the biggest Golden Knights. He led them to that Stanley Cup. So I look at this, Mario, it's a pretty good hire from what I've seen. Um, he received a 4-year contract for the New York Rangers. He was fired by the Vegas Golden Knights last season in January of 2020 and was replaced by Pierre DeBoer, who was formerly the head coach of the Golden Knights rivals, the San Jose Sharks. Um, and he also led them to a Stanley Cup final. So if you look at it, it was kind of a win-win situation. But Gallen has a 270, 216, 4, and 51 career record over 9 NHL seasons as a head coach, which is relatively decent, pretty impressive. And he's also spent time behind the bench for the Columbus Blue Jackets and Florida Panthers. Um, and yeah, I don't really have a quote anywhere from him. Yeah, I don't really have a quote from him, but I'll pass on to you, Mario. But before I do, this article was written by Emily Kaplan of ESPN. So I'll let you start off first. What do you think of the Rangers hiring Gerard Gallant as their new coach?
Congratulations to Gerard Gallant. There is one quote, and it's from one of his former players, Jonathan Marchessault, who plays for who's the Vegas forward. He says, and I quote, Turk was such an amazing coach. Excuse me. He brought a misfit team to the Stanley Cup playoffs and to the Stanley Cup final. He was an all-star that year, and the year after that, he was going to be an all-star again. It just caught everyone by surprise, but it just shows how unstable the hockey world can be. And I mean, he is absolutely right. You know, the hockey world is so unpredictable. You know, we've seen some unpredictable things going on this year regarding coaches, like with Claude Julien, I believe, with the Canadians. You know, they were doing a decent job and they ended up getting rid of Claude Julien. So when you really look at it, Nate, this has been a very weird and surprising year for the NHL. But I will say this, though. I do really like this signing by the New York Rangers. In fact, this was a guy I was really looking at for the Columbus Blue Jackets because, again, he had history with us and he is a good coach. He is a veteran coach. But I do like this. You know, he's 57 years old and he's going to be coaching this New York Rangers team. And let me tell you something. If he could take those misfits, okay, and bring them to the Stanley Cup Finals, then I think the Rangers got a very, very bright future in front of them with him as their coach. I think they got a bright future, you know. But yeah, Nate, obviously, like you said, his record it shows for itself. You know, 270 wins, 216 losses. I mean, and 51 and 51. He has a 51 career record. So I mean, when you really look at it through 9 seasons, he is definitely the definition of a veteran coach, and it's as simple as that. You know, when you have, again, 270, 216, 4 and 51 as a career record, it's a pretty impressive record. So I got to give him a lot of credit on that, especially for 9 years, especially what he did with the Golden Knights. You know, that's something that I don't think we're ever going to see again, not just in hockey, but in sports. You know, that's very rare to see a new team come in and go to the Stanley Cup. Could I be proven wrong? Absolutely. You know, maybe the Kraken might do it or the Kraken, whatever way you want to call it, Kraken, it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe they'll end up doing it with whoever they have as a head coach. I'm not quite sure, but I will say this: what he did is definitely exceptional, you know. And again, if he can continue that type of coaching that we know he's capable of, then I can't see a reason why the New York Rangers don't have a successful season, you know. And that's something that the Rangers are really in need for. You know, like you said, they did make the playoffs last year, but that was a short season. You know, the Rangers are definitely in need of a whole control change, you know, a whole head coach change. They're in position. It looks like to me that front office wise, it looks like they really are rebuilding. You know, they got rid again. Wayne Gretzky's not there no more. They ended up firing, I believe, the president and the GM, hiring a new one. If I'm correct, we did a video on that. And yeah, obviously they fired a head coach, and now Gerard Gallant is the new head coach of that team. So with that being said, I do wish the New York Rangers the absolute best of luck. You know, again, I think they are in good hands with Gerard Gallant. And again, congratulations to him, and we'll see how this works, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, congratulations to Gerard Gallant. One thing I'm reading that I find very interesting is he'll be the 6th head coach to win the Jack Adams Award to coach the New York Rangers. And the other 5 were Alan Viganel, John Tortorella, Glenn Shatter, Mike Keenan, and Fred Chiarot. So I figured that was worth mentioning. He won that award, by the way, with Vegas in 2018. So yeah, Mario, this is definitely a good hiring. He's got playoff experience. He's got Stanley Cup experience. So I can definitely see this working out in their favor, Mario. I really can. Um, so as long as the team stays healthy and the team stays productive, it's just definitely going somewhere, you know. And the New York Rangers are definitely rebuilding, you know, in the front office, most definitely. And I talked about it before, you know, a lot of teams had to rebuild from the ground up in the front office area. You know, you look at the Houston Texans, you know, they were not only rebuilding from the front office, but they were rebuilding on the field as well. They were just rebuilding in general. You know, so sometimes you have to kind of tear up that front office and do what's right. And I think this can work out in their favor. And so as long as it does, I can definitely see success coming out of his team. So with that being said, you know, best of luck to Gerard Gallant. Best of luck to the New York Rangers. Not too much luck because you're a ruined rival. So, you know, but anyway, best of luck to you guys regardless. And we'll see what happens with this hire, Mario.